I feel part of the problem is, how do we know what we need to be alert to?
And I just wanted to sort of maybe move away from the trusteeship and think more. You mentioned there that we have these 1 in 200 year events every 3 weeks. So it's less a black swan and more a white swan with very heavy black mascara swimming across our screens every now and then. So how do we kind of, and all of these negative events actually sort of like reinforce the sort of the inflationary and the high interest rate environment rather than push us back down to a low interest rate environment.
We've covered off the interest rate risk, the inflation risks. And then I think to myself, well, it's fascinating that you say that, because since the Liz Truss government, I sit in trustee meetings all the time and we get liquidity reports now, and we talk about collateral recalls and how much liquidity we need should we have a change in interest rates and what that would do. And before the Liz Truss government, I never heard that word mentioned once. And I feel part of the problem is, how do we know what we need to be alert to? It's often only when something hits us that we can actually say, oh God, of course, that's completely obvious. We should be doing something about that. So I think that question around flexibility fundamentally links to how skilled we think we are at being able to spot what will come next and what the implications are of that. And I just think that's really tough. I think what trustees can do is be really challenging of this stuff and sort of, almost throw in the weird left field idea that no one's thought about, and make your advisors go away and think about the stuff that probably sitting in their little box they aren't thinking about. And it sounds like complete madness until something happens like, oh, you have a referendum on whether we want to stay in the EU, and actually most people don't want to. And you go, didn't actually, for some bizarre reason, we didn't see that coming.
Yeah. And one of the challenges, as you quite rightly say, with the kind of, actuaries and investment advisors keep getting pulled up on the, why do we have a 1 in 200 event, every third week, is that it's, premised on a whole bunch of assumptions. So one is, you're right, risks that, perhaps we haven't really thought about or how manifest aren't allowed for. And then the other thing is, all of these numbers are premised on the fact that things won't all happen at once. And as we know from the financial crisis and many other things, actually when things really go south, everything kind of correlates and sort of comes to, comes together.